welcome to episode 21 of that VLS podcast with me, Stephen. We've got Darren.
Hello.
We've got Lee.
Bonjour.
And
We've got Josh's iPhone.
Josh!
Hello.
He's doing his FIFA updates, the bandit. How is everyone doing?
Yeah, not bad.
It does feel like we haven't had football in ages.
Yeah. It
It's a
does actually
massive,
feel like that. I don't
massive
know why,
double
because we
game
haven't
week.
just had, but it does
Yeah,
feel
I
like
know, but it feels... I think it's because normally there's games like yesterday, and then we do the pod,
Yeah.
but there
Okay,
was no games.
And we still have like
And
games
there's usually games
mid-pod.
tonight as well, yeah.
Yeah.
But yeah, boys,
Sad
we've
times.
just had the massive double game week gone. Obviously, we'll move on to how that kind of went. It went well for some. Not so well for others, Alex. Sad times, sad times.
Why have you just got weird already? What?
Boris Johnson.
Not Boris.
Boys, this is our second episode of being live. Live! Anyone that is watching, let's get you interacting throughout when there's certain bits that we want to talk about. We've got a few things to go through. Let's start off with news and bits. And the biggest news coming out, you have all seen it. Lampard, see you later.
I'm kind of bad for him.
Oh, mate, I don't. I
No?
text in the group, didn't I? The last Chelsea game. I was like, the sooner,
I text
the
him.
sooner,
That's so bad.
I text Abramovich, and I was like, get him gone.
You text
Nah.
him over.
Me and him are like this.
That's fair.
I texted in the group, didn't I? I was like, the sooner he gets fucking sacked, the better. He just keeps trying to wedge players in positions and just don't play, and it's fucking stupid.
Yeah.
It's
I was looking back our group chat when he got sacked. Just about like how much like people rated Lampard, like above Ollie and shit like that. And in the news today, like loads of old like TalkSport clips have been coming up about how much like Lampard's going to be a success and just Ollie doesn't do it, and all the comments are so funny.
I genuinely think he will be a successful manager,
He will
but
be, yeah,
I just think
but-
it's like going from fucking who was he managing? Derby to Chelsea is like a massive jump.
Yeah.
Ollie did the same, to be fair. Some fucking ropey ass Norwegian team, wasn't it?
Yeah, but
Yeah.
Ollie got a chance though, because United did so fucking shit for so many years.
Yeah,
Yeah,
Ollie was
and,
given
like,
time.
But that's what Pep said in his interview today. Did you see that?
Nah.
No.
He basically was like, "There's no such thing as a project, or like basically, there's no such thing as a project anymore." He was like, "You don't get time." He's like, "You either win or you get sacked," and he was like, "It's unfair."
I think
He
it
basically
depends
was-
on the club.
At
Like,
Chelsea,
Klopp
you get
Yeah.
a season.
yeah, Chelsea are bad for it. United went through a phase, but like Liverpool gave Klopp time.
yeah.
Yeah.
But Klopp did say 4 years and I'd win the league.
Yeah, and his first two seasons weren't very good. Third season was sick, and fourth won it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
is, I guess the biggest thing, and we all said it, like, I know Josh said it at the start of the season with Chelsea, that, you know, they were going to need time to get it gelling and get those players gelling. And you don't know what goes on behind the scenes. Obviously, we've seen in our group chat a few posts and stuff about he's already lost the dressing room and, you know, doesn't talk to players, and that could obviously come down to his inexperience as a manager. But again, we don't know those certain things for fact. But like, it
but
does
it's a lot-
feel early. Do you know what I mean? Like, considering the team hasn't had a chance to really gel together.
He had last season though with Chelsea, didn't he? And he just scraped fourth, didn't he? And then obviously he's spent 200 million, so fucking lot of money. They're expecting results and quick.
Yeah.
And then
Was
obviously,
I was going to say, was he given too much money? Like too many players? For
yeah.
an
But if you
inexperienced
read,
manager to try and gel.
I think he was. But if you read like the article that Alex put in there, he only wanted 3 players and he only got one of them. He wanted Chilwell, he got Chilwell, and then he wanted Rice and Tarkowski. I mean, Tarkowski's going to, cost them fucking 20 million tops. And then Rice would have been the big buy, but they didn't want to buy him because of how it would look upon the club buying back an academy player. But I mean, fuck
Also,
me.
where would Rice fit into that team anyway, though?
He would fit right in.
They'd sell Kante, I think. I think they would sell Kante.
That's the thing. They would have to get rid of Jorginho or Kante.
I think Jorginho is just
he's not really been playing loads.
A club filler now. But you never know. This
there is that
manager.
position there, though. You've got Kante, and then the other one that's obviously been playing has been Mount. So there has been a space for someone else in there. They've been kind of a bit of rotation between, likes of Havertz, who hasn't really hit the ground running, and
it's another thing, isn't it? They
Kovacic
play
and stuff, so it's a bit weird.
They play a flat three in midfield.
Alex has said that he wanted him at centre back.
He wanted who?
What, Rice?
Oh, Rice. Oh,
Yeah.
fair enough.
I guess, but yeah, I suppose. But, I mean, they did say at West Ham that he was their best their best centre back, but he's also probably their best midfielder as well. So
It's their best centre back, but they can't drop him from midfield.
Here's me in pro club, boys.
What?
That's my name. I'm Declan Rice.
What, West Ham's best centre back?
Exactly.
Enjoy that.
Rather be that than Sheffield's best centre back, mate.
Oh,
Yeah.
that's a bit shit on Lee. Unlucky, mate.
Whoa.
well, at least he's a best centre back in the team.
Do you ask me, mate?
Exactly.
Fucking solid.
Who are you, mate? Tomori?
Yeah, mate. Go abroad. Nice bit of weather.
Fourth best centre back.
Apparently so.
Anyway.
But yeah, I mean, big news obviously coming in from that. They've already obviously got the manager lined up. Came from PSG.
Thomas Tuchel.
Yeah, I don't know what achievements he had. I've never looked into it. What is she doing, mate? Get her out of there.
She's being a critic.
Any achievements from PSG?
Yeah, well, he got sacked, so that's promising.
Yeah, but when he got sacked, he'd won the league. Do you know what I mean? He got sacked because PSG didn't win the Champions League.
Yeah.
And he got to the final. He got to the final and got sacked. I just think it's a bit mad.
Yeah.
Oh no, they need someone new. I'm sure they'll probably have a bit of a bounce in form.
Is Thomas Tuchel German?
Don't know.
So, yeah.
I think he is. Which would obviously be good for Havertz and Werner. Alex, are you in?
He is German.
Is Thomas Tuchel German? Yes, he is German.
Hold on, let me get that chat up so then I've got it there as well.
Oh, what, my chat?
Yeah.
Yeah, just in case anyone comes in, I miss it, whatever. But yeah, so that was obviously the biggest news coming through it. In other news, transfer-wise, you must have seen
Ødegaard to Arsenal.
Ødegaard to Arsenal. Did you see what persuaded it? I was just reading a little bit into it. So he was choosing between either them or Real Sociedad. And apparently, well, according to Fabrizio, he said that his phone call with Arteta was the thing that convinced him.
I reckon it was more the pay. Yeah, I guarantee he gets more arse. I guarantee he gets more arse.
100%. 100%.
He's like,
he was saying key factors were key factors were game time, him being able to effectively showcase himself to the Premier League. Yeah, it's a few key points, but
I think it's a good signing. Like they need a bit of creativity. He's young, so I think it's good for both parties, really, Arsenal and Real Madrid.
It's just,
Oh,
it's just the loan for this month, literally until July.
Yeah.
July
I know.
this year.
But I still think it's good. I think it's going to help Arsenal, and I think it'll help Madrid like developing him.
It's fair play.
And obviously Ozil officially gone.
Are you Foss in the fucking chat?
You Foss?
Oh my god, he joins! The man!
I was asking about him the other day, wasn't I? I was like, where's that?
Where's this? Where you been, bro? He made an interesting point. He said, but how's he going to get more wages when he's on loan leave?
See, I thought that, but I weren't getting it correctly.
So
you just match the wage.
Do they though?
Yeah, money.
Yeah, I think they do. Yeah.
Oh, you Foss is back.
We'll
Not to interrupt the pod, but absolute G.
But yeah, okay.
Any other transfer news, boys? Obviously, you've had William Jose in terms of Wolves. Also a loan.
Yeah, Brazilian striker. That just tells me even more that Jimenez is going to be out.
Yeah, Jimenez is done.
He'll be done season. Like,
yeah, the season's done.
The updates are quite jokes. Like,
yeah, Raul.
It's like we have an update on Jimenez. Oh, what is it? He's gone to the stadium. You can watch them play.
We have an update. What happened? He turned on the TV in the dressing room.
He no longer needs to eat through a straw.
Can you put some respect on his name? You absolute scumbag.
We have good news.
Jimenez.
He's seen on the training pitch, walking with his walking stick. He's alright.
In a wheelchair.
He no longer needs the aid of his guide dog.
I can't believe you're joking about this.
Some say Josh has picked him back up.
Others say he never dropped him.
In all seriousness, obviously, we do hope for his recovery, but it seems like with this signing,
I'm only joking because it's all good now, isn't it?
Yeah, it's obviously not going to be back this season from what it seems like. But yeah,
they're just not going to rush it, are they? They see him as a key
reckon
player
he is
in their
actually
future.
okay. I reckon he is actually okay, but they're just like taking mad precaution with it.
Yeah.
I mean, you've not seen him wearing any like head brace and stuff. Obviously, when Cech come and played again, he obviously was wearing. Like
they said
different him being in goal, obviously, but
the surgeon said that his skull will heal 100% though.
Yeah.
So he won't need a head guard.
Do you think he will wear one though?
Nah.
Do you reckon he'll be shot as well? Do you reckon he'll be like?
Mate, he's Mexican.
Yeah. He's Portuguese, really, isn't he? Like, let's be honest.
Oh, so he's got he's a little bit worse, but then he's also a little bit like.
I mean, he plays for Wolves. Like, how can you not be Portuguese?
Yeah, I guess so. He's a little bit worse. Like, he will roll around if he gets challenged, but at the same time, give me your money.
Give me your money.
You can't say that, right? You can't say that.
Yeah, that covers off the main points of what we sort of see.
This is why we.
This is why I should never be live. I can cut this stuff. Anyone listening? Never happened.
Give me your money.
Don't repeat it.
That as well.
Fuck's sake. Let's move on, boys. Let's move on to the.
Alex says get league on.
Yeah, he does. Let's move on to the weekend roundup, fellas. Obviously, we had the big double game week. So these are ones that we didn't cover off.
Yeah, I mean, obviously the big one there is Liverpool losing to Burnley.
That's a mad
That was
result.
a madness. Oh my god, the internet after that game was just class.
Isn't that the first game they've lost at Anfield for fucking ages?
That would have been like 3-4 years or something.
Yeah, it's been a long time.
It's unbelievable.
We were talking about it as well.
Yeah, because we were like, oh, they're going to lose to United. That'd be like the game or whatever it was. It was one of the games that they were like, oh, this could be the one. But
yeah,
Burnley, of all teams.
United, United not playing that well, but like getting a result against Fulham, which is always good to see. We just keep doing that shit.
It's just standard United. I don't know how they keep
Keep
doing
fucking
it.
rolling, man.
Mate, I'm telling you, the amount of money that potentially could have been made by betting on United when they go 1-0 down.
I mean,
Whoa.
yeah, I mean, you'd be
We
a
don't-
millionaire.
Condone gambling.
We
Ben,
don't condone.
It's not about
Responsibly.
condoning gambling, it's just bet responsibly, sir. Like, look at the game
No.
against Liverpool.
To be fair, Dave's betting very responsibly.
1-0 down against
We
Liverpool.
don't condone betting responsibly.
Why are you so small? Nick? What's going on?
Lee is so far away.
Loves it.
Is that better?
Yeah, a little bit.
But yeah,
Nah, go
Fucking
further.
massive head.
other than that, some of the results, Leicester against Chelsea, I know Josh said.
Leicester Chelsea is a big
That's
result.
a good result for them. Leicester seems to be absolutely doing very well.
It was a great result
West.
for me.
West Ham's continuing their winning run.
Mate, the boy, I told you, Antonio.
The beast.
That,
But-
did you see his barge? I know Lee did.
Yeah.
That was
Jokes.
fucking jokes. He's just running.
He
I
did it-
don't even know who he's barged into, but it's like a shoulder barge and literally flying. Just sends him
He
flying.
did a TikTok, didn't he, with the oh no,
Yeah.
oh no. He's out running, the geezer comes to try and tackle him, he just leans into the guy goes flying, he's like,
Yeah.
oh no.
Man
He is
City
fucking
just
unit,
looks
isn't he?
solid as.
Yeah.
John Stone's back there, mate, stealing the field.
They've got to be favourite now, surely, to win.
Obviously,
They are favourites.
you had the incident that happened within this game with the offside goal. Let's
Oh, the
talk a
Bruno
li-
one,
let's
yeah.
Talk a little bit about Bruno. Oh yeah, sorry, yeah. Bernardo.
Not
you
Bruno.
mean.
Why are you talking
Bernardo.
about Bruno?
Bernardo.
So, yeah,
Bernardo.
let's just randomly talk about Bruno.
Yeah, but that Bruno.
Yeah, but that Bruno though.
Bernardo's goal. Let's obviously recap on it.
That was fucking offside, let's be honest.
Yeah.
Let's be
Oh
honest.
mate. Dude.
Long ball come over the top. Obviously, Bernardo coming back from an offside position.
It was
No,
Rodri.
it was Rodri, mate. Come on, get your
Rodri
facts
from
right.
an offside
Can you
position.
sort yourself
Fuck
out?
me.
All right,
Right,
Rodri
boys,
from an
let's have a
offside
reset.
position.
Bruno. I'm back.
But it was
Fucking
fucking
hell.
offside, wasn't it?
Yeah.
Rodri
was
was coming
offside.
back from an offside position. He was like 30 yards behind the last defender, just walking forward. Ball gets hoofed forward. Mings doesn't know he's there or thinks he's offside. Chests it down, but by the time he's chested it, then the ball's bounced. He's like tried to bring it under control. Rodri just walks
Rodri's
up
just
behind
there
him,
and gets it.
just takes the ball off him. But he actually moves towards Mings when the ball's in the air. So in my opinion, that's interfering with play because you're
100%,
you're
yeah.
moving in the direction of the ball. Like
It's
you know,
like,
most players when they're offside, they go.
Yeah.
Stand
Yeah, I was
still.
just about to say that, yeah.
But no, he's like, oh, hello. Just waddles
It
over
was
there and he's
awful. Like
like, yoink.
they were saying, like under the laws of the game, like it was the correct decision, but it's a law that needs to be changed.
I mean, I don't even
I don't
think
think
that
under
is the law.
that is, yeah.
I
No,
don't
it
think
is.
the
It
law
is.
was-
Like, they read the law like word for word in Match of the Day, and they agreed. Like it was the right decision under the law, but it's a law that just isn't
I
right.
still don't
Well,
think
then
it is.
they've got it wrong many times before then. So I've seen that exact same thing happen like before, and
The
they've
same,
been offside.
the same night it happened in Serie A, and
Yeah,
it got
it was ruled offside.
yeah, just ridiculous. All the
What
Aston
game was
Villa
that?
players. I think I want to say
Juventus?
Napoli, but I could be wrong. Oh, I don't know.
Oh.
But,
I saw
um,
one with Quadrado as well, similar, and it got ruled offside.
Yeah, but they were yeah, it's just ridiculous. But it was a sick goal.
Yeah, it wasn't a good
It's
finish.
a good, great finish.
Good finish. The Lee effect has started.
Yeah, the Lee effect, 100% the Lee fucking effect.
Man, the Lee effect has
I've-
fucked De
I've
Bruyne.
I've had that little fuck all season, right? All fucking season, I've had that little prick Bernardo Silva. No goals, no assists. I drop him. Lee picks him up. Scores a fucking worldie, which is offside, but scores a worldie.
To
And
be
it
fair
counts.
though, weren't the
fucking-
same with you and
Oh.
Foden.
Well,
Yeah, you
but
did pick
Foden's
up Foden.
Yeah, I did. I'm happy up with
Not
Foden.
playing, Lee drops him, you get in, bangs.
But, yeah, but he had already scored goals and made
Yeah,
assists
fair,
before.
Yeah.
The biggest,
Bernardo
the
was
biggest
playing.
Lee, the biggest Lee effect is De Bruyne getting injured.
Yeah, I was like, I need Bernardo in the middle. That's
Yeah.
where he's most effective.
Yeah.
And then I was
Yeah.
just like, Juju with my KDB dolls on his hamstring.
It was due, to be fair.
Lee's room is just full of like Premier League dolls, like.
It's just got Kane wrapped in bubble wrap.
Jimenez has just got pins all in his head.
Kane completely wrapped in bubble wrapped, kept in like some fucking closed cabinet. No one's touching him.
So hard being a United fan. I pick Bruno up every day, and I'm like,
I gotta leave it. But yeah, this recaps in terms of the rest of the double game week. We can have a look at how our Filthy Foursome results
Literally
ended up.
I just can't remember one game.
I can't remember either. I can remember the
Well, the Liverpool United game. I'll be honest, boys. It was a fucking complete shambles. Complete shambles. Other than, I think Lee and Darren both had the exact correct result, which was for what game was it? It was the Leicester Southampton. You both went 2-0. The other games we had in it were Leeds and Brighton, and then Liverpool Man United. There was a fourth game, which was the Villa game, but then that was postponed, so it ended up going down to 3. So you had Lee and Darren both getting the exact correct score for the Leicester Southampton game, but then they got the others wrong. Yeah, everyone got the Leeds one wrong, other than Compa. Compa actually went for Brighton win, but then got the others wrong. So, but everyone else went for Leeds.
Hold on, how did no one else pick Leicester to win?
So a few of them had, well, quite a lot of us had draws basically. I think Alex had Leicester to win, but then not the rest of it. But yeah, a lot of everyone else had
That's
draws.
surprising
I
to
had
me,
2-2. I think Josh had 2-2. Other people had like 1-1. Yeah.
and we showed faith in England youth.
I think Jay
Josh
kind of
matters.
maybe backed a little bit more towards Southampton because he's got Ings. Do you know what I mean? Like, it was like
Josh would have had a perfect result for the United Liverpool game if it was over the weekend.
Yeah,
probably.
Yeah,
3-2.
Yeah. He would have done.
Is what it is.
It is what it is. But yeah, so in terms of how the table
4-3.
stands, you've got Alex still sitting at 4-1, top with 41. Lee jumps back above Josh, 38. Josh, 37. Drops down to Kyle, 31. Me, 30. Jay, 28. And then Compa and Darren join at the bottom on 27.
Wait, Jay was top at one point, weren't he?
Nah,
No.
I was top the whole way, and then Alex
Lee
overtook
was,
me.
I mean, maybe first week he was. Because I
Because
think I remember him being
Jay's top of everything.
top of everything, yeah. I think it was very early on. He then dropped rapidly.
Yeah.
Shock. Story of this season as well, sadly.
Yeah, it's true.
Jay
On his way.
doing Jay things.
Jay doing Jay
It's
things.
because all of his fucking dank strikers ain't doing nothing anymore. Like it's Danny
it's because
Ings, Wilson.
he gets a sip of alcohol and then just makes bad decisions. Bad life decisions.
To be fair, his bench come on this week, didn't it? It's come
Yeah.
back.
Let's have a look at our draft table, boys, and how it has been affected.
I did say
Some-
I'll take a minimum of 80.
I thought you wanted 100.
And I laughed.
No, I said minimum
No,
of
I said
80.
80.
Oh, okay.
I laughed and was like, huh, no one's getting 80. And then like nearly everyone got 80.
Yeah.
So Jay's
I
still
even
sitting
got-
at the top. He had the second worst week with 74. Puts him at 933 total. You then got Josh, who has caught him up by 20 points at 910. I gained a little bit on that as well. I'm now sitting at 890. And then Lee down towards 851 with a big week as well, 104 points. Darren increasing his gap from Alex, trying to catch us up the top on 824. And then Alex, sadly, 766.
Slipping.
To be fair, I'm still alright with that. I'm catching the leader, which is all that matters at this point to me. Obviously, Alex.
That's
is
what you want to
finishing
look
off.
at,
I take
yeah.
Alex.
Alex is just...
I'd have outscored Stephen if I'd known that Aston Villa were having a double
I'm
game
sure you
week.
would have done that.
So, I would have.
Yeah, I'm sure.
That'll teach me for sleeping in.
Who do you not play then?
Watkins.
Watkins.
Yeah, over who?
Werner.
What, with a double game week as well, didn't
Yeah, I didn't think Werner would play both. I knew Watkins would.
You would have played Werner, mate.
100% would have played Werner.
No.
You are chatted, mate.
Whoa! Aurier's orange.
Yeah, mate.
Unlucky.
Whoa!
Don't get off these two, right?
Yeah,
Look at
obviously
John
big week for
Stones.
myself.
Look at John Stones.
Antonio doing the ting. That draws us over to where, obviously, we had our captain choices.
Yeah.
There was a lot of opportunities to have so many misses, boys.
I was blessed as well.
Likes of Salah.
Yeah. I didn't pick a triple captain. I forgot.
Oh, wow.
So,
Imagine.
buzzing.
There would have been a lot of people with it, though. Triple captain.
Oh, 100%. Everyone must have triple captain. And especially Salah this week as well.
Same as here, Vardy.
Because I forgot.
You know,
We got
potentially
less
could
than
have
a
been
minute,
one
by the
that
way.
someone would have picked. Yeah. But yeah, so I mean, captain choices seemed to not go where they were. I think I said Antonio's a bit of a joke, but would have obviously crushed. So yeah, boys, that covers off our weekend roundup. Now, I want us to have a look at this point right now. There's obviously a couple of teams that haven't played the kind of 19. You look at Villa; they've still got a couple of games in hand. But as of this point, it is pretty much our mid-season. So I know we've discussed this a little bit about especially about doing it as opposed to so much on what it should be. But I want us to do a mid-season sort of awards part. So I'll go through different segments that we can discuss. You guys can have your own kind of person to add, or you could be the same, whatever it's going to be. It doesn't really matter, and your reasons for why you think it is that person or whatever. And then we'll make a decision on. Well, I'll make a decision on who we think we should award it to. So starting off with our mid-season awards, we're going to start with Player of the Season. Or Player of the Year, should you say. It is a season. I'm not going to do the whole year thing. But Player of the Season so far.
Are we talking about just Premier League, yeah?
That's it, mate. Yeah, Premier League.
Haaland.
There's only one. I think Haaland.
Let's have a little go and start with Lee. Who you think so far, as we reach the middle of the season, who the Player of the Season is?
Kane.
Any reasons? Any arguments?
Because he's the best.
Fez?
It's
All right,
close
we've got
between
Kane.
him and Bruno, but it's just like...
We've got
I just
Kane
think
being
fuck it.
nominated. Darren?
I think it has to be Bruno. I mean, United are top of the league. Like, what other player in United is performing like really well? Like, there isn't really anyone other than Bruno, like, who's been consistent. And they're top of the league. Like, you can't deny Bruno. I don't think this year. I think he's been the best player.
Josh, your nomination.
Also, Bruno. It was between Kane and Bruno, but the difference being, if Spurs were top of the league, I'd probably say Kane, but Man United are so. But Rashford's been good as well.
Yeah, he's been okay. Like, he had a slow start. And
He's been very good as of late, but it's Bruno. Yeah, Bruno for me. Like,
Anyone from the chat?
I don't see
No
how
one
you can
seems
have
to suggest.
Bruno above Kane.
Okay.
top of the league.
Yeah, and it's player of the season, not fucking team of the season.
yeah, but
Yeah, but he's carrying that team.
yeah, you can think of other players in Spurs
don't think-
that are playing well.
To be fair, Josh, your
Or
argument
Son.
of that is if you look
Son,
at when Liverpool won the
Højbjerg.
league, obviously you were saying KDB was still Player of the Season.
So you don't think Fred's doing exactly what Højbjerg is doing?
No, I think
No.
Fred hasn't been that great.
Really?
Yeah, he's had good games, but he hasn't been like.
I
We
think
do
I
have
need to
one
watch it a
person,
bit more
Alex
carefully.
in the chat has come forward.
Oh, here we
He
go.
also
Grealish.
says Bruno.
I mean, obviously Kane has been good. Like there is
Kane's
an
been
argument for it,
sick.
but you can't.
Numbers speak for themselves, mate.
Yeah, Kane's playing up front.
And he's probably got more assists than Bruno.
Yeah, you get more assists up front.
No, you don't, mate.
Yeah, you do.
No, you do not.
This is
Attacking
I mean-
midfield. Attacking midfielders
When you say Kane's
outscore
up front,
strikers.
he's kind of CDM.
You tell me this: how many attacking midfielders, right, can you think of in the past who have got like loads of assists? How many?
Ozil, De Bruyne.
Yeah, they're the only two I can think of.
No.
Go on, name another one then.
Lampard.
Maybe Ericsson. No, Lampard
Ericsson.
didn't really.
Lampard didn't get much assists.
Yeah.
Ericsson did.
Boys,
Anyway,
I thought
Stephen.
about it. We've got 3 people that have come forward. In terms of how close it is, I think it is very close. And do you know what? Kane has surprised me this season with like what he has done in compared to obviously other seasons. You know, especially if you look at how his results were for last season, but it was a lot of injuries. Hopefully, you think at the end of the season, if he stays fit, then he keeps up that sort of form. But I'm with the other boys without doubt. If you look at Bruno and him. You know, Alex has just said the same. He's physically dragged United to the top of the table. And the fact that they're sitting top because of him, it has to be Bruno. That is my decision. Bruno.
Lee's in the mud.
Congrats, Bruno.
Bruno, congrats. Player of the mid-season.
Well done, Bruno.
Also, Jay's top because of Bruno. So.
Yeah. Oh.
Do you think if Kane was at United would be crushing the league?
Possibly.
That's just
League would be done.
Yeah.
We do
Honestly,
need
though,
a
I think if we had a prolific goal scorer like that, Jesus Christ.
We
Yeah,
do
why
need
not?
a new centre back, so Kane would fit in nicely.
I mean, if a centre back's getting you fucking 30 goals a season, then get him in.
that is Zuma, mate. Next, boys, I want us to move on and discuss the manager of the season.
This is going to be a debate.
Lampard, without a shadow of a doubt.
Now, I'll leave it over to you. I can't really have a debate on these. This is me making decisions. I love it. I'm shit at that anyway. Lee, we will start again with you, mate. Who you think manager of the season?
I
far.
will say
So far.
Aston Villa's manager or Southampton's manager. I can't remember their names.
A solid nomination.
Good.
What's his name? All I'm thinking is John Terry, but I know he's assistant.
John
That's
Terry. John
Danny
Terry.
Ings.
Manager of the season so far, John Terry. There you go.
John Terry. Lee has put forward John Terry and Danny
Alex
Ings.
said Dean Smith and David Moyes.
I don't know how you didn't know.
Dean Smith is David Moyes' West Ham's manager, mate. I never said that, did I?
There's a point.
Why didn't you say West Ham?
Yeah,
There's a point, Alex.
Yeah, Dean Smith, Aston Villa.
Yeah,
And,
Lee. I don't know how you didn't know David
Hassan
Moyes.
Hutty?
yeah. Oh, I can't believe we didn't know David
You
Moyes.
read what Alex has put. So you think either Villa or Southampton's, yeah?
Pronounce
Ralph?
that
Is it
again,
Ralph?
Steve.
Nah, I'm not doing that, mate. Ralph, mate.
Hassan
Ralph.
Hutty.
Ralph.
It's Ralph Hasenhüttl in it or something.
Ralph,
Yeah.
mate.
Just say Danny Ings.
I'll say Ralph.
Yeah, one of them has been my manager of the season so far.
Okay.
I agree with Alex.
Probably wasn't what I was going for. In my head when I was thinking. But yeah, Darren?
Yeah, but you're thinking of...
I was thinking like Leeds manager. What's his name? Marcelo. I can't remember what his name is. Marcelo.
Bielsa.
Yeah, like, I think he's got to be in for a shout. But also,
No.
What do you mean no?
No way. Like their current run of form is horrendous.
Hassan Hutto.
Yeah, their current run of form, but like
They've lost
still-
like 6 in a row and just got
doesn't
knocked
look
out of 2
still-
cups.
Okay, but that's just how it is, mate. They're a newly promoted team from the Championship. Do you know what I mean? And they've still fucking done really well. And
Yeah.
I don't know. I think you've just got to throw Dave, like not Dave Moyes, fucking Ollie in there. Ollie Gunnar Solskjaer. I think you have to throw him in there because of where they are in the league and they've just knocked Liverpool out of the cup. Like, I think you've got to have him
You can't
in there
not,
for a
right?
shout. Yeah.
I just
Like,
think
maybe
when
if you look
compare
back at where
the
it started,
teams,
but-
when you compare the players that he has compared to the players that some of the lower managers have and where the results they're getting, I don't think he should be
Well, yeah,
manager of
but
the season.
United are top of the league, mate. They can't be doing better than they're doing.
Yeah, I get that, but they're not. They're getting lucky, in my opinion.
I agree to a certain extent, but at the same
No,
time,
I know
how
you
they
need.
get-
I know you need luck, but
No,
I
ask
mean-
how they're getting lucky.
like scraping 1-0 wins and stuff.
yeah, when
Like,
they're not
what-
playing
what-
as well.
1-0 wins is better than losing.
I know that is, but it's lucky, mate. Like there's games where they have like the opponent just dominate, and then we'd score one breakaway goal, and it's just like you can't do that all season, or City will win. You need to be more dominant.
Name a game we've dominated and then scraped a 1-0 win. And we've been dominated.
I'd say Fulham,
You think Fulham dominated us?
mate. Fulham could have scored 4 or 5, and we were blessed. And then Pogba scores a worldie. That is an individual. That is not a manager.
He has
He's a
shown.
world-class
I mean,
player,
Ollie has shown. Like, if you
pulling-
look at what happened with the Champions League, like I know obviously I'm the one making the decision where things are, and I'll listen to everyone's
Yeah,
points.
exactly.
If you look at the Champions
Right.
League as an example, that was fucking abysmal.
Yeah,
That was horrendous.
To go and win a few games, but then like you needed a point or a win, and then he loses 3 in a row, 4 in a row, whatever it was. Like
Yeah.
that's just shit. But and there's some of the decisions in those games were dreadful as well. The changes and the subs that were being made. You can't
Yeah,
deny right
I
now
know
where
that.
they are with being top of the league, but
Yeah,
it's been a mixed bag. But yeah,
Frank
Josh,
or Ollie.
I think so. I think Moyes has done a great job. I think Ancelotti has done a very good job despite their injuries. I think they're sitting in top 7 or something like that. And I think Ollie, no one expected us to be where we are. Like what Darren just said as well, just not Liverpool at the FA Cup. Like what a result. So yeah, a couple of points. If I had to put one forward, and I don't think he will get manager of the season, but it'd be Ollie or Moyes. So
I want to throw Ancelotti in there as well. Actually, I didn't mention him, but I want to mention him now.
yeah.
he's done well considering obviously they dipped in form, but you could put that down to obviously the injuries they had.
2 of their key playmakers, wasn't it, that were out? So, like, you can expect a dip. If United lost Bruno, they'd fucking dip, I reckon.
In terms of our chat, so they've come out with a few. So you've got Alex has
Frank
mentioned
Lampard.
obviously Dean Smith, or you've got Moyes as well, and he also mentioned Brendan Rodgers for Leicester. Who
Yeah.
seems to be
Liverpool,
doing-
I think Brendan's a quality manager, though. That's why I think it's not taking me by surprise that he's doing what he's doing.
Shows great character.
Great
God.
character.
And then we had
Did you just say?
I think-
fuck off?
I think he would have been an unreal manager for Chelsea. That Chelsea squad, the things he would have got
and we
out
had
of it.
someone else come in. I'm Murta with Fat Frank or Ollie.
I mean, that's-
Fat Frank.
From what I heard.
Is Arsenal allowed to be involved in the conversation, or do you not talk about relegation sides?
Get him gone. Arteta's
Oh.
doing all right now. He's doing all right now. He's got the
Sure,
young youth
Yeah.
in there.
sure.
This is
Sure, mate.
They're on-
Luke
Aren't they
Shaw,
on
mate.
like an absolute tear at the moment, Arsenal, in results?
Well, they've won like 2 games in a row for a change.
I think they've won like 5 in a row, but fair enough.
I ain't having that they've won 5 in a row.
Well, they won.
Not
cup
in the
game.
league anyway.
All right.
This is
I'm on
really
about
difficult
all
to-
games.
Go on, Steve. What is the result?
In terms of where they are this part of the season, I like what Brendan's done and how Leicester have been. Ollie, for me, it's a little bit like, yes, the you would never expect them in the Premier League and where they are now, but I can't ignore the fact of what's happened with the Champions League and how that's gone. I think that's a big impact. Losing those games when some of the decisions within that would just seem bizarre. And I do think like if they didn't have Bruno, obviously yes he is a player for them, but like the madness that would be United, you'd look at the same as last season. Bruno is just doing
the thing with
absolute
Ollie for me is it's not tactical genius that wins games. It's moments of brilliance from world-class players.
Because of last season, how they've been getting on, and yes, it helps that they've got the players that have come in to help it. I'm going to throw out so far Ancelotti.
Yes.
I think that's the worst one.
I think he's done
I mean, I would say Lampard probably
very
is. But...
well with Everton.
Oh yeah, honestly, I honestly agree with Alex. It has to be Moyes, Dean Smith, or Ralph Hasenhuttl. Has to be one of them three.
I would have Moyes, but oh well.
Moyes was the next one. I mean, we've done well for West Ham.
I think you can pick from a lot of
It's all good.
Anyway,
it's only mid-season, boys. We'll see you at the end.
It's all right, mate.
I'm glad we let the bloke with the most footballing knowledge
That's why it's funny.
Mate, you don't even know their fucking managers' names, mate. You're just picking out teams.
Mate, you know the name. You still can't say it.
Villa. I don't know the manager's name.
It's up to you to put your case forward, though, Lee. You literally know the Southampton
You went
manager.
Villa, Southampton, and then started naming like West Ham's manager.
Got to put your case forward.
Mate.
I did. I said the teams they have and the results they've got this season is ridiculous.
Right.
And
Move
play.
on.
We've got one dude going off in the chat. I'll read that in a bit, mate. I think he just loves United. I don't know.
Is Josh in the chat?
But yeah, that covers off in terms of manager this season, boys. Obviously, it is what it is.
That's why there's a twat in
One thing that I haven't got the clips to review them, so we have to go off any memories, and I can try and look to post a clip. But we always get banned for posting clips, so it's a bit difficult. But a little bit of chat around what we think maybe goal of the season could be. I know I haven't got the clips to show anyone.
Ooh, goal of the season.
Goal of the season so far, obviously.
Two spring to mind at the moment, which is just Pogba's goals.
Pogba's goal. We've got his last one. Or
the one that went out of play, apparently. That one was a joke.
Yeah, that was good. I'm thinking of their team goal Arsenal scored recently was pretty good.
So one that was posted in like some forums, you had Ndombele.
You had Lanzini. You had
to the right. You had the one early on, like first couple of games, when it's Son. Was it Son?
I don't know.
I think Darren's just hit the nail on the head. That Lanzini goal was ridiculous.
Yeah, Lanzini.
The moment, the minute, like the fact they were 3-0 down.
That was a banger.
That was a banger. And just the way it crashes off the bar as well just makes it look better.
Any other suggestions, Josh?
Yeah, you had.
I can't remember.
Madison scored a couple of goals, but yeah, I think Lanzini's got to do that. Salah scored a good one when they won. Was it 5-0, whatever it was? He scored a good one. But
other bits to talk about. Signings, obviously, we're coming up to. Well, we're in January transfer right now. Let's talk about so far who we think the signing of the season is and who we think the duds of the season are.
Trying to think of the signings now.
Ollie Watkins, signing of the season.
Havertz signing of the season.
Shut up.
Timo Werner.
I mean, there's some that
I'm trying to think. Ollie Watkins is obviously there, but I think there's someone else that we're missing.
My signing of the
Ruben
season
Diaz,
is
surely.
Ruben Diaz.
Ruben Diaz has been unreal for them.
I think he is ridiculous.
But he's in a sick team.
Yeah, but
he is so good.
Yeah.
I know he's sick, but like when you're surrounded, do you know what I mean? John Stones looks sick at the moment, and it's because he's
John
next
Stones
to Ruben Diaz.
Yeah, because Ruben Diaz is good. Van Dijk makes Joe Gomez look good, who's a trash bag.
He's actually not a trash guy, but you know.
Joe Gomez.
No, but Stones has actually played well though.
Stones have been good.
Like Lindelof makes Harry Maguire look alright. Do you know what I mean?
I know he got an injury, but Jota,
he can't be signing of the season though. But if he didn't get injured, then that would have been a possibility.
And again, I know he also got an injury, but what about Rodriguez? James
been out too much.
Yeah, he's been out too much. I think
that's the trouble.
He's the
Yeah,
buy of
but-
the season in terms of the impact he can make to a club.
His
But-
instant impact was mad.
Yeah.
Like it'd probably be him or Jota if neither got injured.
Yeah,
Yeah, but
Um,
injuries obviously come into it, don't they? Because
Yeah,
it's
of
not a
course,
great
yeah.
season if a player if they're out all season injured.
yeah.
Yeah,
But
Yeah,
I would go Diaz myself.
I think me too.
Yeah, it's a good shot.
I think I'd go Watkins.
Diaz.
That's fair.
Just because like the teams wasn't expected. He wasn't expected to do what he's done.
Yeah, but he
Usually-
hasn't done like amazing. Like he's done good, but he hasn't
He's-
like.
Got numbers.
Yeah, but I think a lot of that is down to Grealish as well, though.
Well, yeah, but you still got to score them.
Yeah. But I
And
feel
he's
like
in a
Grealish,
team.
but Grealish
he's
just
got-
smashes it against his face and it'll go in. Do you know what I mean?
Grealish could find his face from anywhere.
Yeah.
But it's just one of them, isn't it? It's like they were battling relegation last year. This year,
Yeah.
they buy a few players, and they're right at the top half of the table.
Yeah.
Right,
My signing of the season actually is Tellez because he's made Luke Shaw become a demon.
A demon.
a demon.
Or
Right,
Donny
who,
van de Beek because he just makes the bench
So
look
who wins?
prettier.
Who wins, Steve?
For me, it would be Diaz.
Well done, Diaz.
Fair enough.
Well done, Diaz. We look forward to your acceptance award.
Diaz couldn't make it today.
He's
So
also keeping Laporte out. That'd be stones.
I
Oh.
don't think he is
Mm.
keeping
No,
Laporte out.
It's a joke, mate.
Actually, he might be because Laporte's left-footed, isn't he?
No, it won't be that. He's just been riddled with COVID and injuries.
What's
Um,
the worst signing of the season? This could be interesting. I don't know which one to pick.
For me, it has to be Havertz. Unless
I'm
anyone
not
can
sure.
put forward a better case to me.
I don't know if it's Werner or Havertz.
I don't think you say Werner yet. I think Havertz.
Yeah, I think you'll.
The thing is,
Yeah, but
Havertz
Werner's
is
been
so
but
young.
Werner's been played out of position a lot. Like they're playing him off the left,
Yeah.
which I think is.
But
wrong.
Havertz
but
is
when
also
he's been-
well young.
Yeah, that's what I'm getting at. Havertz is really young.
Werner's well young as
We've
well.
had two from the chat. One says Werner, the other Alex
Oh,
says
Donny.
Donny.
Yeah, it's a good.
Yeah,
good shout,
I was
man.
going to say Donny. I literally said it earlier. He
That's a good
makes the
shout.
bench look pretty. That's about it.
But it
I wouldn't-
depends
I
how you
wouldn't-
look at it, though. Was he signed
I
to
wouldn't
be
say
like
Donny,
a locked-on
like-
starter, or was he signed because
I
it
think
gives
he
him
was
that kind of
signed
depth?
when he
He
wasn't
was a
wanted.
panic. He was a panic buy.
Yeah, okay. Which in that case,
It's
It's
terrible
bad.
business.
It's a bad
Why are
buy.
you wasting money on players you don't want?
Havertz had COVID? Mate, that's not the only reason Havertz has been shit, Alex. Let's be.
That's true.
Havertz
He's been
is strong.
shit, but I would actually agree. I think Donny, to be honest.
I don't
Another
think
player.
I don't think you can say Donny.
How can you not
Another-
say Donny? What's he done?
I think he's played well when
He
he's played.
literally
Though.
he got bought to be a squad rotation player and not to jump into the starting lineup. Like it's like
Okay,
saying
and when has he
Yeah,
been
but did
rotated?
I
he?
think when he's played,
Did
he's
he?
played well.
100%.
When's the last time
He was
played?
never going to start.
He played in
Why
the
would
he
you
FA
not?
signed
If
Cup.
he
him?
come in, if he come in and was playing unbelievable, he's just never going to start.
But even when we signed him, like I remember saying on the pod when we got him, he's a player we don't need right now. There's no way in our current setup we can play him.
So where's he going to fit in the future? Because Pogba's young, Bruno's
He
young,
doesn't fit
Fred's
in
young.
our team.
So why has he been brought?
And why is he a good signing?
And how is that a good
I
signing
didn't
if he
say he was a
doesn't
good
fit?
signing. He's been brought in as a squad player, and
So
he's
he's a-
been used as a squad player. And I do think he's played well.
I think he's got to be in the conversation just for the fact
I don't.
that
Yeah, I think definitely in combat. I think from what I've seen of him play, like he has played well when he's played, and I'm with Josh. I don't think he was signed to be. Like
I mean, you can say the same with Havertz. Havertz has had a couple of good games. He scored goals in games, like
Yeah.
not in the league, but
One cost like 80 million. One cost like 30.
I think Van der Beek was more than 30.
I think he was 35.
Yeah, with add-ons and shit, it's probably
I
close
think
to
that
50.
was. I think that was. No, it's not. No, it's
It's
not.
really not.
It's not close to 50. It's
Have a
not
look.
about 40 of add-ons.
it's close to $50 million.
Yeah, 50 million euros, mate.
I mean, you're not wrong. I think, as a decision,
I think it's close between two.
Tellers.
Ooh.
Oh.
I don't think Tellez. He
cost him
he
like
has
19
actually
mil.
He's actually
Nah,
played pretty well.
If you don't
No,
pick
he
Donny, United
hasn't.
bias.
No, he
Mate.
hasn't. What have you
He
watched?
has in the
No, he
attacking.
hasn't.
In the attacking third, he is good.
He is a left back Trent. Like he
Yeah.
can't defend.
Just because,
Which is
in my
exactly
opinion, I
what
think
we said
Havertz
when he brought him.
Havertz was expected to have a much bigger impact in terms of what Donny has, and he has been abysmal. I am deciding. My pick is Havertz.
I
Havertz.
reckon
Done Havertz.
I don't know if you.
I reckon it'll be
not, but...
different at the end of the season.
Yeah, it's mid season, isn't it? Like
Yeah.
Another one I was thinking for Best Buy, Reguilon. He's been
Højbjerg.
quality.
How have we not said
And Højbjerg, yeah. I literally was thinking of Spurs just then. Reguilon and
Højbjerg
Højbjerg
has
have
been sick. Yeah, Højbjerg's been very good.
But,
A couple
yeah,
of us
so
said. Alex said,
I'd
if you
agree.
don't pick Donny, it's United bias. Shock. He then said Ake.
Wrong.
No, because Ake was never a starter, and I think he's happy to sit on the bench.
And then he said I was wrong. But yeah, that covers that off. The last two bits I want to cover off, boys, in terms of where we are mid-season, is if we go all the way back to our first pod and our predictions made for top four and
God.
relegation.
Oh, minus. I think my relegation's pretty spot on. But the rest
So
of
we
it-
My top
actually...
four's-
On
my top
our
four's
pod,
good.
we never actually sat down and done the exact same thing for relegation as we did for top four. Like
I
top
think I
four,
agreed with Lee at the time.
top four, we all said like an actual four. Top relegation, we never actually sat there and went, "Oh, I think this, and this." It was more like we were throwing suggestions out because we were kind of a bit caught off the cuff from it. So I'm going to share the screen so we can have a look at the table at least. This is the current top four. Obviously, it is midway through. Do you guys remember who you said?
Yes.
pretty sure.
So me, Darren, and Josh said the exact same for the top four.
In the same
City.
order.
City,
Yes,
Liverpool,
Josh's was
Chelsea.
based on the only aspect was whether United signed Sancho or not.
Sancho.
I know, but I think my pick was Man United third.
You said them on the basis
No,
of them
you
getting
didn't.
Sancho.
Yeah, oh yeah, that's right, yeah.
And then you said if
Yeah.
not, you could have it either way with Chelsea or Man United. But the top four that us three picked was City, Liverpool, Chelsea, United, or United Chelsea if they got Sancho. Lee, do you remember yours?
I'm pretty sure I picked City,
No,
Spurs.
no.
Or was
Yeah.
it Liverpool, Spurs, Chelsea?
Lee,
City.
you picked City,
Yeah.
Chelsea,
City, Spurs, Chelsea, Liverpool.
Spurs, Liverpool.
Well played.
So, I mean, Chelsea for everyone is, but obviously they've just got rid of Frank, so you're going to see how that progresses for the rest of the season. Obviously, the likes of City are up there, Liverpool of course in fourth. Leicester obviously surprising a few of us. I know they obviously won it 1 year. Do you think they can carry
Spurs
on?
are up there, mate. Got a game in hand.
Yeah, I've not got to
Win their
them yet,
game in
mate.
hand, they go in the top four.
I've not got to them yet, mate.
Oh, Josh went, oh, well played.
I mean,
Um,
he did better than us.
But yeah, I mean, there's obviously a few up here that are doing quite well. Everton back up to their levels where they used to be. Top 6, top 7.
Now I'm looking at the table. I respect the Ancelotti pick a bit more because their games in hand as well. I know I said Ancelotti as well, but they've only played 17 games.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So win their 2 games in hand.
Yeah,
They're
but-
up to
So have Aston Villa.
38
This is
points.
what I mean.
Puts him into 4th.
Aston Villa have played 17. Look at their team. They don't have James, mate.
No.
Yeah,
So
they've
they've
got
got Grealish.
You can't compare the two players, man. Shut up.
They've
I think
got
you have- I think
Grealish,
you have
mate, but they
Grealish
haven't
over him.
got.
What?
Fucking hell.
Grealish is a better player than James.
At this
Yeah, but-
season, before this season, you would never, ever in a million years put them in the same category.
I mean, last season probably. This season before
You
that,
probably
no.
would, yeah.
No, man. No, I don't.
Oh,
I don't
Alex,
I disagree.
I know we've gone past that. Ignore that.
You
Not
wouldn't.
like you to ignore Alex.
You think
he said
James does-
Bale worst signing.
Mate, James literally a couple of seasons ago was a world class player. I don't give a fuck what anyone says. He was a world-class player, and he's shown that this season as well.
But then
This
he's done
season's
what
the
he's always
first
done and got
season-
injured.
Well, yeah,
Yeah,
exactly. But Grealish this year has just turned into a different player. But obviously, he's shown glimpses in the past of him being really good, but he's been consistent this season. He's
Yeah.
really, I think he's just evolved this season.
Alex sent me telling me about a note he found the other day on his phone of like young up and coming players that he was keeping an eye on,
Grealish.
and it was from God knows when. Yeah, it had Grealish in it, and it had a few players to be fair that are
How's Sessignon doing?
he's actually doing really well in the German league, so suck my nuts.
Oh god. But yeah,
Technically better than Bale.
that's where our top 4 kind of level was
Yeah,
at.
mate.
We also
Is
had,
Bale good?
as I said, we also had the relegation aspect, boys. Now, we never actually sat there and went, oh, I think it's going to be this, this, and this. What we all kind of 100% agreed on was Fulham and West Brom.
Yeah.
Some of the other teams that are thrown out, so you had me and Josh said Villa. That's not really going that well. We also said Brighton, which are down there.
Mm-hmm.
Now, one that Lee has said was Sheffield. And at the time, I think Josh, myself, we were kind of like, I think even Josh's, I remember Josh's comment when I listened back, it was like, oh, this is going to be one of them moments for Lee where if it doesn't happen, it's ignored and not remembered. But if it happens, it's going to be one of them
I
Lee
remember
moments.
agreeing with Lee at the time. I thought Sheffield.
Yeah, you did say. But yeah, Lee threw out Sheffield, and I mean, fella ain't wrong. You know, he looked at how the arguments were. You know, were they in Europe or whatever, and we checked that. I remember, like on the pod, we checked the table, etc. But Lee even said, you know, they just didn't seem bothered towards the end of the season. Their form really, really dipped off, and that's showing now.
Mm-hmm.
So Lee could be on the
Also,
fucking money.
Brewster could be one of the worst signings.
Yeah,
How much they pay for him? 25 million, and they don't even play him.
It's a weird
I'm
one.
surprised though. Yeah, but yeah.
Odd one.
But yeah, it looks like in terms of West Brom, Fulham, you know, at current, that's going as we expected it to be. Sheffield, I mean, they're just a fucking shit show. And Brighton, they're not safe, of course, but
I feel sorry
I
for
think
Brighton. I
Brighton
feel
will
like
have
if they
enough to
had
stay
a
out.
good striker, they would be like 11th.
Oh, yeah, put some respect on Welbeck's name.
Danny.
No, they need a good
Indeed.
striker because they are playing well, but they
Yeah.
don't have the end product.
that's it. Right, well, that covers off in terms of our mid-season awards, boys. That's all I have to cover. So well done to those that won their awards.
Congrats.
And I look forward to seeing and reviewing this when it gets to the end of the season, boys. Let us move on.
Yeah, it'd be pretty cool.
Let us move on. Chat's still going off. Enjoy it, chat. Let us move on and have a look at the upcoming fixtures, fellas.
Enjoy, chat.
Enjoy it.
So games go
Well,
from tomorrow.
Welcome, Jack.
The other thing we have is it's another week where we've then got games on the weekend. So it's a big week of games, and we won't obviously have our foursome for that lot. We've got our Filthy Foursome set for this set here, but there's 2 game weeks in it. So there'll be a lot to cover for us on the next pod. Any games here? I want us to be quick on this, boys. I just want us to pick out any games. Obviously, we've got the foursome, which I'll go through, but any games that anyone's looking forward to and really interested
Spurs,
in.
Liverpool, Everton, Leicester.
Brighton,
Exactly.
Fulham.
Brighton, Fulham.
Yeah.
You're a weirdo, mate.
You're so fucking
I
weird.
did hope to pick out, like,
I was
normally you've got the
obviously
likes of Man City and United, whatever, but because there were such not really easy games, but they were games that you would expect them to win, I obviously left them out the pod, out the foursome, and the ones that we've picked, I think, are games that we hope will be. Do you know what I mean? Full
Arsenal,
goals, like
Southampton.
Chelsea,
I actually think Spurs Liverpool will be a boring game, but that's just.
it will, but that's obviously a big game. It's got to be in there. It's got to be in there.
Everton, Leicester's a sick game.
But let's have a
That's
look
really
good
in
game.
terms of our foursome, boys. Pow. So
What did I put?
we have gone for this week: Southampton, Arsenal, Chelsea, Wolves, Everton, Leicester, and then Spurs, Liverpool. Take a little look. reining in. Josh, no clean sheets again.
Stephen 2-0 Spurs. Have you
Mate.
literally picked that because Son?
And regular.
Regular. Half it.
But also, to be fair, I was kind of going off of Liverpool, like not including the game. I know we've obviously only just picked the teams, but I didn't really take into account the FA Cup. And I was thinking, Liverpool ain't scoring, and Spurs for me can be solid. You know, and they close these games up. I also think Spurs are a very counter-attacking team.
Yeah. I have Ziyech and Werner.
I look at Son versus Trent, and I just see absolute goals in that.
Josh going for his trademark, everyone scoring.
That trademark 2-1 Everton.
I mean, it's working so far.
Yeah.
I've gone everyone scoring.
In terms of predictions, so I've gone Arsenal to win 2-1. I still think they can get some goals, even though I think Orbs is not playing tomorrow.
Oh, I forgot about Orbs.
But, you know, they've still got some people that can score.
Orbs ain't scoring their goals at the moment. They're still scoring.
Lacazette it is.
Chelsea, I've gone to win 2-1. I think the whole, manager aspect won't have a massive impact, but I think they'll do enough to get the result there. Wolves just seem to be leaking goals everywhere. They really do. It's not been the same. Everton, I've gone 1-0 against Leicester. It's a really good game, hopefully, for that one. And then, I've gone Spurs to win 2-0. Lee? Take us
I've
through yours,
got
sir.
3-1 Arsenal. I also forgot about Orbs, but I think they've been getting goals from a lot of other players, so it shouldn't matter. Chelsea 3-1, new manager. Also, I've got a lot of Chelsea players in drafts. I need goals. Leicester, I think, crushed that game against Everton. I don't know why, but I've put 2-1 because they do concede. And Spurs, I think, will lose to Liverpool, but Kane will score, so it'll be all right.
Darren?
And that's it.
I've gone 2-1 Arsenal, 1-0 Chelsea, 2-0 Leicester, and 0-0 Spurs and Liverpool.
And Josh?
Boring game.
I've gone 2-1 Arsenal win, Chelsea Wolves 1-1, Everton 2-1 versus Leicester, and Liverpool 2, Spurs 1.
I'm surprised you all went for quite a decent amount of goals in that Liverpool Spurs game.
I'm surprised you went 0-0.
I think with the defence, like Liverpool's aspect, Son has the ability to break that defensive line with ease.
But I just feel like Liverpool are just going to have the ball the whole time.
Yeah. So why do you think Liverpool won't score?
Because they just can't score.
They just scored.
They just scored.
Spurs' defence seems to be so much more solid than United's.
Yeah.
But Spurs have conceded quite a few lately.
Yeah, they have.
I just think it's nil. I think 0-0. I think it's we'll see, boys. We'll see.
We'll see.
I'll get that perfect score. Perfect score.
In terms of a few throw out there
2-0
scores, so obviously a lot of us backed. Well, all of us backed Arsenal. You've got a few others. So Jay, Alex, and Compa, they all backed Southampton. Which
really fucking hell.
Yeah, Jay went 2-0 Southampton. I think that's more.
Danny Ings has influenced that heavily.
I'll throw out Alex's because he is in the chat and he is involved. So Alex has gone for Southampton to win 1-0, Chelsea to win 3-0.
Wow.
Yeah.
That could happen.
Everton Leicester 2-2, and he's gone Spurs Liverpool 1-0. Him sitting at the top of our current foursome table, so we'll see how he gets on with that. But yeah, that covers off our Filthy Foursome and the games coming up for this week, boys. Yeah, so boys, that covered off obviously the games. There's one thing I just want to do, obviously linking it to fantasy football, as we do have those that get involved with fantasy. These are the games we've got. Let's have a look at captain choices, boys. I'm not really too concerned about the week afterwards because we're not going to get a chance to discuss that. But obviously you've got that week there. But let's do captain choices for this week coming, boys. What are your thoughts? We'll go quick fire. Josh says Bruno. Lee, Bruno. Darren?
Bruno. Mahrez.
I was going to say Sterling as well.
Mahrez is out there, is he?
He's an out. Well, I mean, I guess he's too much to be an out there. I'd say Foden for an out there. He's a
Alright,
good
6
shout.
mil player, so
Bruno Foden for you.
Yeah, Bruno seems like the lucky choice in United against Sheffield. Out there
Bruno
picks?
Smith Rowe. Smith Rowe for me.
or you can even go like Cavani or Rashford as like if you want to be different to everyone else in the world.
Yeah, but United and City, they seem like the two kind of key
Yeah.
games. You could throw out Sterling and stuff, but he's not really. I mean, with KDB being out, it's a bit out there. Yes, it's a bit. Leave it.
Sus.
Yeah, a bit sus. Out there picks.
I've gone Smith Rowe for Arsenal. Darren Foden for City. Josh.
Saka.
Good choice. I like
Fair
it.
enough,
I
fair
like
enough.
that choice.
I like it.
Traore, my boy. Against Burnley, mate. Goals.
You're dropping it.
That's a
Absolute
terrible
goals.
choice.
Yeah, well, you'll see, mate. Antonio
Yeah,
was as
well,
well, winning
yeah.
a double, but that went well.
I look forward to you playing him.
I am playing him.
Good.
I'm
I'm playing
Glad.
2 Burnley clean sheets as well, mate. 2 Villa
enjoy.
clean sheets, should I say? But yeah, that covers off our games there, boys. Let us move on to UFC.
Wow, that's all I can say.
Wow, indeed.
I'm still shocked by it. Like, I'm not shocked that McGregor lost. I'm just shocked that I've seen him like unconscious.
Yes.
Like, like that's just how I feel about it. Like, just seeing that it didn't seem real. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah. I thought he handled it so well.
He did handle it well.
Nothing
Like, he
you can
just-
say, really. He just got
Yeah,
beaten
like-
by the better man, and like,
Yeah.
it's
Yeah, but he's
literally,
like-
he can't have an excuse.
Poirier's game plan was spot on. It was literally the perfect game plan to beat Conor, and that was just how it was. Conor took a boxing like approach to the fight, didn't really kick or anything, and I don't know, like he didn't fight well, and Poirier really like took advantage of that, and he did just
Yeah.
amazing.
I know I've seen you comment a couple of times, Darren, on some people on Twitter and stuff. A lot of people being like, not really bigging up Poirier for his actual performance, which was fucking sick, but more
Yeah.
at how bad Conor was, which is so
Yeah.
disrespectful to Poirier because
It
he
is, yeah.
fucking fought. Do you know what I mean? Like his game plan and everything, like in terms of how he set out to win it, was spot
I
on.
think-
Like he said.
What
Poirier's
Connor
like,
said,
incredible.
yeah, what Connor said about Poirier is so true. Like, you spend enough time in the octagon, you get cozy, which is true. Like, Connor's not really been in it. He comes back and Poirier just fucking teaches him a lesson because Poirier's in there. He's obviously world class, but
It's definitely a
coming in
factor
with-
for sure.
yeah,
But Poirier in the press conference afterwards, he was saying that Conor really hurt him in like the first round, and he said that if he put it on him, then he would have been in big trouble. But he didn't, and he was surprised by that. Like, and it was just,
I thought.
I don't
that at
know,
one point,
maybe that's a point of having that kind of ring rust and
that sharpness.
not
missing,
having
yeah.
that killer instinct to go in when you know someone's hurt.
yeah, or maybe just like not noticing he's hurt because you haven't
Yeah.
done it so long.
Like, I watched
But-
that back, and he didn't notice he was hurt. Like, he didn't
Yeah.
react.
Yeah.
So
Yeah,
What's interesting is now it could be my pick for fighter of the year in Dustin versus Lee's pick for lightweight title holder at the end of the year in Charles Oliveira. They could
Yeah.
be fighting each other
I mean,
next.
my pick's
Really?
done. I ain't winning either.
who was your pick?
We
Khabib.
got McGregor
Ah,
for fighter of the year and for
Champion.
the champion at lightweight.
yeah, but
Yeah, Darren's
it's like,
done.
nah, not
He could still
really.
get there. He could still
Yeah.
get there. He can
This is
still
the
get there. I
time.
mean, it's very,
This
very
is the
unlikely,
time
but-
to lose.
If there's
This
going to
is
be
the
a
time
comeback
lose.
to happen, that'd be
Yeah.
amazing.
Yeah.
but-
He will not win fighter of the year.
Not fighter
He
of
said-
the year, but he can
If
win the
that
belt.
lights mate, if that lights a fire under him and he goes on to win, say he does 6 more events and he wins
He
all
will
6
not.
fights.
I
He
don't
will
know.
not do
I think
6
he
events.
looks broken. Like to
I
the
bet-
He,
point,
lit-
like,
he did say in a press conference, like, I don't really know where this leaves me. I don't know what to do. He was like,
Nate-
but I will go back. I will dust myself off. He said he wants a trilogy with Nate and Poirier.
He needs to fight next either Nate Diaz or RDA.
I think
In my opinion.
did you see RDA's tweet? I thought it was fucking so disrespectful.
Oh, it's what they do, man. Connor's done worse though.
No, he
Did you
hasn't.
see
When people
Khabib?
have lost.
I think he has.
Who's he called
I
out
think-
after a loss?
I think loads of fighters have
Who's he
done things
called out?
like that. No,
Who
but
was
like
Connor called out after they've
needle
lost?
fighters though.
Yeah,
Like,
needlings,
they
whatever.
all
But
do it.
needlings, whatever.
What was the tweet?
He basically said, "Oh, I'll end Connor's career with kicks." It's like, why? Like, are you calling him out? What are you doing? Like, I don't understand what you're doing.
Yeah, it's a bit weird. I saw a tweet from Khabib, but I wasn't sure if it was true when he said this is what happens when you you change
Yes,
whatever
he
it
did.
is.
He did say that.
Yeah,
He's basically saying like this is what happens when you don't stay loyal. Is that
But
was the gist I got?
But he's been with his team. I don't get it, to be honest.
Yeah, I
didn't-
weren't sure. I weren't sure on that.
He was saying about sparring partners changing.
Yeah, he's got different sparring partners in, but they're still all from the same circle. They're still all like
Yeah,
his boys from Ireland and that. Like, I don't know, like.
but if you did change sparring partners, like surely that's a good thing. Like getting too used to your sparring partner must be a
Yeah.
bad thing.
Oh,
Surely.
for sure. Yeah, if he's just sparring Artem Lobov the whole time, it's gonna get
Yeah.
Sparring the goat.
Yeah, there we go. Artem.
Obviously, another result that I know surprised Darren a little bit. You had Hooker and Chandler.
Chandler.
Yeah, that did surprise me
That
a
was
lot.
sick debut.
Oh, mate, that was
Mate.
I see.
like in terms of debuts, that is one of the best. I can't really think of many better debuts than that, to be honest.
It was
Anderson Silva.
Anderson Silva in
debut.
Sleben for sure is there. But
He
in
did
terms
just sort of.
yeah, he's come in and fought the number 5 lightweight in the world and just fucking smashed him. Did the best
Yeah.
call out as well. Boys a quality.
I hope he fights Gaethje. That's what I want.
Yeah, I just like the way that he just stepped into the middle, dominated, and then just literally was like picking his strikes and just landing. That front
Great
kick,
shot.
mate, to the chest. Oh,
It
moved him halfway across the ring.
was like a 3 combo, wasn't it? Ending in that.
Yeah,
That was sick. I did think that. I was like, geez.
oh, mate, just the sound of it because there's no crowd. You hear the thud of the chest. I just thought, oh, his sternum is done.
Yeah, it was
Done out.
a great event. Obviously, I know we all got a chance to see it from where we were. Yeah, it was
At home.
It's a good event,
Yeah.
and some shocking results, and proves kind of lays the path a little bit for the division and the options it has moving forward.
I
Especially
really
with the
want
likes of
this
Gaethje
to
and
light a
stuff like
fire under Connor, and
It's
him
gonna
to
do, I
get.
think it'll do one or two, and it will either be he'll just polish off a couple of the trilogies. Maybe Nate, if he gets past him, does he then have the option to go back to Poirier?
I think
And-
now's the only time to do Nate Connor. I think it's the best time
Yeah.
to do it. ever since.
Agree.
I think Poirier wants the trilogy.
I think
Because-
Poirier wants to
I think
move
he wants to, yeah.
forward.
No,
I think
he
Poirier
it
wants the
for money.
title. He wants the gold.
Yeah,
He wants the
I think
title,
he's going to
but
want
he
the
wants
likes of
the trilogy.
Gaethje. He's going to want Chandler, or whoever. Well, as Josh said, Oliveira and stuff like that. Like,
Charlie Olives.
Charlie
We
Olives.
say that, but like Poirier was the first person in any of the thing after the fight to say it's 1-1. We go again.
yeah, that's true. That is true.
Yeah,
I
I think that's
guarantee
just- I
this
think
is
it
the
was
biggest
respect.
paycheck he's ever had.
I feel like
And
he
he's-
is the uncrowned champion at the moment.
But
Like,
is
everyone
he
knows
going to
that
have
he's-
the next paycheck facing Conor, or is it going to be whoever's
I-
then pushing
It'll
for
be
the
for a
title?
belt. It'll be for a belt. Whatever happens, it'll be Poirier for a belt against someone.
Yeah.
I absolutely loved what he said after the fight when he said, where's Khabib? Is Khabib coming back? Oh, fuck it. This was a title fight. I'm the champion. Just walked
Yeah,
off.
shit.
I loved it. I was like, yeah, it's
Shanahan
spot on. Like, if he
fucking-
ain't coming back, like, strip him. It's
Yeah,
fucking
he's-
dumb.
It's
Yeah.
true. Like Khabib. What did you hear? What Khabib said to Dana White? He turns to him and goes, "Be honest. None of these guys are on my level." Like after the fights were done, he was like, "Be honest." None of them. And Dana's like, "Fair enough." Like,
He is right though. Like Khabib has nothing to come back for.
Yeah.
Oh,
No,
he's too good. He's too good for them.
He's
He
unreal.
is
He's
too
got
good
nothing to come back for. Like, get into the training aspect, whatever. Just vacate the
Yeah.
belt.
What-
Just fuck off.
I think
What
just get it
something
done.
else?
That's the only thing for Dana is he probably doesn't want to because it's like ripping off the band-aid. You know what I mean? Like, don't do it slowly. Just fucking.
He
get
will
it done.
now, though. He will now.
He's
He
got
will.
to.
What is mad is, and you might disagree, Darren, but Khabib is probably like, so he's in the most stacked division of all time, and I think the skill gap between him and the rest of the field is the biggest in any weight class, like ever.
Probably. Yeah.
I would disagree with skill gap. I would agree on
The
his
domination of his fights.
No, because like his skill gap in kickboxing to a skill gap with a kickboxer, like.
But this
what is
ain't
Kevin-
kickboxing.
Nah.
I know it's MMA, but if you took away his wrestling, he
But
isn't.
that's not what it is, though.
Yeah, you can't do that, though. You can't do
I
that.
get that, but you're saying skill gap. Like, he is just so much better at one aspect of MMA.
But
That-
he's
that
not,
one aspect.
he's not though, because if you put Khabib up against like a national state wrestler, like he's not gonna like a national state wrestling champion. He's not gonna beat him in wrestling. But if you put him in an MMA fight, he will take him down. Like he just will, and he'll do the same thing to him in an MMA fight because he uses all of that together and he does it so well.
I
Yeah,
think
get
that's
that,
one.
But if it was an on the ground fight, do you think like a black belt in jiu-jitsu would get dominated?
Yeah,
What, you think he'd get choked out?
I
I
think
mean,
he get
maybe.
dominated. I think he get dominated.
But I think it's unfair to say that. I think
mean,
the skill
yeah, okay,
gap in what
okay,
Khabib does is
this
ridiculous.
This is proof, right? Dustin Poirier is a black belt in Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu.
And there was levels, like, ridiculous. I think he has the biggest gap with what Demetrius Johnson had as well to the rest of the field, and
I think it's more than that. I think it's more
it's
than that.
mad to say when he's in the most
The hardest.
stacked.
Yeah,
The
the
thing
thing I'd say to Lee, based on everything you just said, is like, don't look at it as an insult to the others. Like their skills are fucking
I'm not
unreal.
looking at it as an insult to
just
others.
it's just a highlight of Khabib and the difference in it. Like no one comes close. Like it's unbelievable.
But I just think it's a
But no one's come close
disrespect
to
in
him.
the way of
Yeah, I know, it's mad.
Saying-
Even John Jones has had close fights.
abilities and that. Like,
Yeah, but who's come close to Khabib? Like,
yeah, but it's because Khabib does what he's good at, and what he's good at, he's so much better than anyone else. Do you know what I mean? He gets them on the floor and he just mauls people.
but that's what we're talking about,
Like,
like MMA in general.
I know,
Like,
I know.
like,
But
I know what
it's
you're
like
saying.
you're
Like,
saying
if you were doing a
skill
stand
gap,
up,
but
if you were doing a stand up fight, like, yeah, Khabib's probably gonna he's gonna struggle against the likes of those boxers that are there.
No,
It
I
was the
just
same
mean,
as
like,
Anderson Silva. Like Anderson Silva's skill gap to the rest of the field as a stand-up fighter was mad, and people couldn't get him down. It's basically like the opposite.
Yeah.
Khabib.
Yeah. But I mean,
Stop
like, skill gap in every aspect of MMA? No.
Well, no, it's
But
not every
skill
aspect.
gap
No,
in
not
what
in every
he is
aspect.
good at.
Mm.
In what he is good at is way above anyone else.
But I feel like the sport of MMA is turning into like a skill in itself. Like
Yeah. Like
MMA is turning
all-rounded.
into, yeah,
You
rather
have like
than
kickboxing as one key,
Yeah.
you've got boxing, and then like mixed martial arts as a
yeah.
its
I feel
own
like
entity,
MMA is turning into its own martial
because
arts.
he used to have like a jiu-jitsu fighter could come in and like show
Fucking
class
dominate.
his kind of
That could-
his dominance of some
I mean,
aspect. You know what I mean?
that was the beginning of UFC. That's what created Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu.
Yeah.
Essentially, it made it like popular. Is UFC 1 when Royce Gracie won, like just dominated like all these bigger guys who are like fucking near 100
Yeah.
pounds heavier than him at times.
But
Like,
now it's become like this own kind of big thing.
Yeah.
I know what you're saying.
Yeah.
Now it's.
But yeah,
Anyway.
it's exciting to see how it moves forward. This year looks like it could be a massive year for it,
It's going to be a good
especially
year. It's
for the
going to be a good
division.
year.
So,
Good couple of months as well.
just want to close off with, as we usually do, boys, with our gaming side of things. Obviously, we've got our VPG, which we need to be getting onto right now.
we got 5
Next games
minutes.
of our league.
Yeah, we need to hurry up.
Still looking to get some. I've had a few bits that have just kind of not given me a lot of time to be able to get the videos
Fact.
done. I will get them, and then we're going to get those posted onto YouTube, so do look out for those. But as always, go and give us a follow, guys. Twitch.tv/VLS023. I guess until next time, boys, this has been episode 21 of That VLS podcast. We'll see you then.
See you later.
Later.
Oi.